Book of Job, chapter 40. Again the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind, and said, Gird up now thy loins like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Wilt thou disannul my judgment, or wilt thou condemn me, that thou mayest be justified? Or hast thou an arm like God, or dost thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with beauty and glory. Cast abroad the indignation of thy wrath, and behold every one that is proud, and abase him. Look on every one that is arrogant, and bring him low, and destroy the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in a secret place. Then will I confess unto thee also, that thy right hand can save thee. Behold now, Behemoth, whom I made with thee, which eateth grass as an ox. Behold now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. When he taketh pleasure, his tail is like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are like staves of brass, and his small bones like staves of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him will make his sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring him forth grass, where all the beasts of the field play. Lieth he under the trees, in the covert of the reeds and fens? Can the trees cover him with their shadow, or can the willows of the river compass him about? Behold, he spoileth the river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh it with his eyes, and thrusteth his nose through whatsoever meeteth him. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, and with a line which thou hast cast down unto his tongue? Canst thou cast an hook into his nose? Canst thou pierce his jaws with an angle? Will he make any prayers unto thee, and speak thee fair? Will he make a covenant with thee, and wilt thou take him as a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maids? Shall the companions banquet with him? Shall they divide him among the merchants? Canst thou fill the basket with his sin, or the fish pannier with his head? Lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, and do no more so. Behold, his hope is in vain, for shall not one perish even at the sight of him? Job chapter 41. None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who is he then that can stand before me? Who hath prevented me that I should make an end? All under heaven is mine. I will not keep silence concerning his parts, nor his power, nor his comely portion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with a double bridle? Who shall open the doors of his face? His teeth are fearful round about. The majesty of his scales is like strong shields, and are sure sealed. One is set to another, and no wind can come between them. One is joined to another. They stick together, that they cannot be sundered. His sneezings make the light to shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth goeth lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils cometh out smoke, as out of a boiling pot or cauldron. His breath maketh the coals burn, for a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and labor is rejected before his face. The members of his body are joined. They are strong in themselves, and cannot be moved. His heart is as strong as a stone, and as hard as the nether millstone. The mighty are afraid of his majesty, and for fear they faint in themselves. When the sword doth touch him, he will not rise up, nor for the spear, dart, nor habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotted wood. The archer cannot make him flee. The stones of the sling are turned into stubble unto him. The darts are counted as straw, and he laugheth at the shaking of the spear. Sharp stones are under him, and he spreadeth sharp things upon the mire. He maketh the depth to boil like a pot, and maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the depth as an hoarhead. In the earth there is none like him. He is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is king over all the children of pride. Job chapter 42. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do all things, and that there is no thought hid from thee. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I spoken that I understood not, even things too wonderful for me, and which I knew not. Hear, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now mine eye seeth thee. Therefore I abhor myself, and repent in dust and ashes. Now after that the Lord had spoken these words to Job, the Lord also said unto Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is kindled against thee, and against thy 2 friends, for ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, like my servant Job. Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you, for I will accept him, lest I should put you to shame, because ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went, and did according to what the Lord had said unto them, and the Lord accepted Job. Then the Lord turned the captivity of Job, when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came unto him all his brethren, and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and had compassion on him, and comforted him for all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. And every man gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the last days of Job more than the first, for he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoken of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of one Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karen Hapuk. In all the land there were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. And after this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died, being old and full of days.